Hi, I'm Rebecca, and welcome to my podcast, Smashing Through with Rebecca Adams. I am so excited you're here on this episode. Topics include life, business, mindset, full of kick-ass content and high energy. Enjoy the podcast, and remember, you too can smash through and keep going always. Empowering the next generation is important. It's something that I've been saying for a long time, that the next generation is really important, but we do need to empower them. So we need to be mindful of the words that we say when we're describing, for example, money, or what we say to them with encouraging them to do something like go for it and all this. You've got to really, really do the work yourself in order to be on the vibration so that you can empower, inspire, and motivate the younger generation. So, this can be your own children, your godchildren, your grandchildren, your friends' children. If you are a football coach or rugby coach, it's encouraging and empowering the younger generation that you're teaching. If you are in gymnastics or netball or football or soccer or whatever it is, you really need to know that you are the coach or mentor, you're the adult, you're the person the little people look up to, and so you are their mentor and their guide, and they are going to listen intently to everything that you say. You can sit back and listen to me right now and go, well, actually, I wasn't empowered as a child. You know what I mean? You were spoken down to, you were probably smacked back in the day, and you didn't have the right support network around you. Whereas right now, as I record this, we're in the year 2022, is that we're living in a whole different world than we were when I was growing up. I was born in 1979, so growing up in the 80s was a whole different ballgame to what it is right now. Everyone is more alert to mental health right now. Everyone's more alert to law of attraction and everything else. And the words do actually affect everybody. In the world, we still have people who are, self-harming or committing suicide and stuff, which we really have to really dig deep and find out the core of those reasons and really hone it in on and stop whatever's going on way back when, because 9 times out of 10 it is going to be something that's triggered them. Something has triggered them, whether as a child or as an adult. Something's triggered them, and we see it across all the board. Doesn't matter what age you are either. It can always be, you can always be affected by these things as well. So empowering the next generation is going to be awesome. It's important, it's incredible, because they are important. We are as well, but they are important because basically when we pass away, they're going to carry on. And obviously, I do understand that some, of the next generation do pass away before us. I understand that. But what I'm saying is you really need to hone in on and register that the next generation is important. So the more that we can make them independent as themselves, the more that we can empower, inspire, and motivate them to be and do and have whatever they want. They can have it all if they choose to, if they show commitment, if they vow to themselves, if they have a great work ethic, and all of that. It is all about the words. So as adults right now, we have to be mindful of the words. You don't want to call them names, you don't want to put them down, you don't want to be abusive in any way, shape or form. And it is all about us as adults registering what we say. So for example, don't say to a little kid, well, we can't afford it, money doesn't grow on trees, money's the root of all evil, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm going to call you out on it right now. That is all BS, okay? Right now, okay, maybe you can't afford it right now, but don't say those words. You need to turn everything around. Go, well, at the moment, we're focusing on buying this. It could be food, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do, we're going to get the food, and then what we can do, we can save up for your new bike or, a new outfit for you or whatever it is. Just be mindful and register the words that you say, whether they are inspirational or empowering to you, let alone to them. Because when you can actually transition and change on a 360, the mindset behind anything to go from a lack of mindset into an empowered mindset, it's amazing. You know, you can say, we haven't got the money yet. I haven't got X amount yet. I haven't got the qualifications yet. You know, yet is only 3 letters, but it's absolutely amazing. And if my clients or even my friends say to me, I haven't got this, if they miss out that word, I always add it in. I say yet, like yet. You know, they join in as well. So not only that, you are empowering yourself, your friends, your colleagues, your clients, your customers. You can also empower the next generation as well. You know, as parents, a job of being a parent is to make the child as independent as possible as that they can be. And I can talk about that because I have one child who's mainstream, one child who's special needs. So obviously they're both completely different, as they would be anyway, but they are completely different. My daughter, who is mainstream, is very independent, cooks, does everything, you know what I mean? And my son, you know, is of a whole different realm, shall we say, with his special needs. So the thing is that you've got to register is that, and really acknowledge, and I encourage you to do this, is you have to make your child independent. They need to know life skills. There is no point in wiping their ass and doing everything for them. They have to learn. Your job is to make them okay, as independent as they can, so that if you or when you do pass away, they're going to be fine. They can look after themselves, they can make the bed, they can take out the recycling, they can cook for themselves, they can take care of the bills, they can do everything else, okay? Because that is your job. They need to be able to do that. Now, obviously, with anyone like my son has special needs, so he is dependent on me. He is, at the time of recording this, he is 23 years old, and he is dependent on me because he isn't mainstream. There is a big difference. So this is where we're all unique and different and amazing and incredible anyway. But you still need to empower special needs people. So my son actually does some stuff, a lot of the stuff he can't do, but some of the stuff he does do, and then we do high fives, we encourage him, we praise him and everything. It really is all about encouraging these kids, no matter how old they are, to really feel as though they're making a difference, that they're important, that they're doing a great job, and not to put pressure on them. You know, they can do it the next time. You don't need to have 100% straight out the gate, all in one go. You can do 80, you can do 85, you can do 90. As long as they're doing the best, that's okay. You know what I mean? As long as the best that they can do to how their brain works, and you've got to be okay with that as well. So it is all about acknowledging our words, our mannerisms, our energies, and things like that. But also, it's all about meeting them on their level as well. Don't shout down at them. Don't be above them. Sit and have a conversation. Talk to them. They're little human beings. They're amazing. And they're learning, and they're always asking why, and are we there yet? You know what I mean? So they're always asking questions. They're always inquisitive. They are so creative. It's unbelievable. And do keep reminding yourself that they are only 4 or 5 or 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever. You know what I mean? So they're not going to know everything because they're not your age. They haven't got all the knowledge you have, obviously, because they're only diddy. They're only little. So it really is amazing to see all these little humans, doing the skills and getting high fives and lots of encouragement as well. Don't just keep it at the Sundays or Saturdays if they're doing sport. Don't just keep it at, if they get a good report from school, at parents' evening and things. And, you need to do this thing on a daily basis. You need to praise your kids. You need to, great job if they've just picked up the dirty laundry off the floor, anything at all. Praise them. You will see different energy, different vibe. They'll have a different attitude, and you want them to feel empowered. So let me know how you get on, and have an amazing day.